Start again. Alright, cool. Finished Red Dead Redemption number 1. And I really enjoyed this game. So, we'll go through our thoughts as per the routine. Undead Nightmare time? Yes, that's definitely going to happen. I'm just going to do this thoughts first, and then we'll do the DLC straight afterwards. So, going through the game. I really like this game. I think you guys are right. My enjoyment was enhanced because I played Red Dead 2 first. Mainly because they don't give you that much in the way of background for the characters. When you first meet them, they're just names randomly. But we'll get into that. Yeah, I really like this game, and I highly recommend it for 2026. Yeah, I did it far too quick. But yeah, anyway, we'll go through the usual points. So, story's the very first one. Overall narrative was okay. It's a redemption story sort of thing. But if I played this game in isolation, I don't think the story is that very well told. The interactions between characters is great. I quite like the personalities play off each other very well, and the writing of it is pretty solid. But as a story, as an overall arc, not great. If I'm honest, wasn't told very well. Mainly because, again, it's because a lot of the information is missing from that you glean from Red Dead 2. So, like when you first start loading up the game and whatnot, you come on board, you get on the train and whatnot, you go to the fort and you face off Bill Williamson. You have no idea who this guy is, and you don't really get that much from the background of him. And then you follow him for ages, while you do all these side quests and everything like that. You get pretty much nowhere, and eventually you build up your gang to take up the fort and whatnot, and then you go chase Bill. But yeah, there's a lot of side quests. Even though I was doing the main story, there was a lot of just side quests that didn't seem all that relevant, and just detours. And then when Bill heads off to find Javier in Mexico, again, they don't really explain who Javier is. Just another name. And even when you interact with him throughout the story, for story purposes, you don't really get much of it. You just hear, "We used to ride together, John." And that's it. That is absolutely it. And I feel like they did Dutch really dirty as well. Like, I think Dutch in this game has a similar role to what Morpheus filled in The Matrix. Like, he was like this guiding light in Red Dead 2 who slowly went crazy and everything like that. And he played a big part in the story. In this game, he was just a timid old man who had like a very small role to play in it. It was like Bill, Javier, and Dutch, they're all tiny pieces. Like, you hear them, they're like these big names that you're after, but the interactions you get, bang, done. No background or anything like that, just done. And then you finished everything off with the officers again. So I feel like, yes, it did make sense if you played Red Dead 2. And finishing off these ties made a lot of sense. But without that, I feel like the story was pretty weak, if I'm honest. If they had known how large a role these guys would have played in the sequel, they would have fleshed them out more. Yeah, definitely. To be fair, I'm a bit disappointed they didn't flesh them out more to begin with. The only thing you hear about Jack, for example, was that all these people were part of a gang. They're like family to him. Doesn't really mean anything. It feels a lot more meaningful to play Jack in this game after having played Red Dead 2, in my opinion. Otherwise, you're just moving from up to another person. It's like, yeah, whatever. So, yeah. There's pros and cons of playing them one order or the other. Though, to BH. They can be. I mean, you get the whole prequel, everything like that. I think I preferred this order. Mainly because I like the fact I didn't know John was going to survive Red Dead 2 to become part of this game. And I really quite like that. So it's a hard thing with playing a prequel after you've played the original game, because you know who's going to live, you know what that game is shaping up to be. Whereas I had none of that. So to me, it was just playing one story after the other, which is great. So before I get to the next point and read Cranky's comment, I am basically going to give this game, for story-wise, a 7 out of 10. It was a nice, enjoyable story, but it could be done a lot better, I think, in my opinion, if you're looking at it as a solo play. So in this review, you shouldn't take Red Dead 2 into consideration, because none of it was developed at that point. Cool. Yeah. That score I've just given is basically that. If I had Red Dead 2 in play, I probably would have given this an 8 or a 9. Maybe 8.5. But taking that out, I think 7's fair. It's an enjoyable story, but they just don't flesh it out enough. I think, given the fact that I've only taken seven sessions to play this game, that's a fair remark. So yeah. So 7 out of 10 for the story, I think. So it was enjoyable. Next would be the character designs, personality development. I think all the characters were fantastic, even though they didn't have much big of a role overall. You can clearly see that they developed their characters and personalities between each other, and they just let the writing bounce off each other. And the interactions between them were very believable, very natural, is what I'm looking for. So yeah, I really like all the characters there. In terms of progression, they don't really they sort of start off as they are and they move on. Even Jack, who grows up and everything like that, his character progression is very, very minor. So in that regard, yeah, I really like them. They all had their different personalities. So I think I'm going to give them a 9 out of 10 for characters. Music and sound. It's alright. That's basically all I can really say about music and sound. I think it worked. The sound worked and the music worked for their segments of the game, but there's nothing absolutely mind-blowing about it. I think there's the odd occasion where they start singing, and I quite enjoyed that. So yeah, I think, again, the game probably deserves a 9 out of 10 for that. Because the sounds work in their relative points, but there's nothing like mind-blowing over and beyond, I don't think. Gameplay mechanics and gameplay loop. Again, it's fine. I can't really say much to it. Riding around is fine. Doing the quests and everything is fine. I think the only gripe I have is time. This game makes you travel long distances, so there's no real... Well, there's the carriage, for example, but for that quick travel, that's fine. But skipping time and then locking your quests behind specific time periods is a pain in the ass. I really hate that. I wish they could just do away with it or give you some sort of time skip on the spot, so you just sit and wait like in Cyberpunk. Just wait until it's time and then you carry on. Yeah. Aside from that, I think that's the only real gripe. There's a fast travel, but I found it eventually, so that's fine. Yeah. Shooting is fine. There's some clunkiness with like the lasso, so I don't like that as well. But 2 points, really? Fairly minor, I suppose. The quick time is great. Go and find fetch quests. It's all very much GTA rock. It's very much Rockstar style. So yeah. Again, I think that's fairly solid. So given my 2 gripes though, give them 9 out of 10. There was the odd bugs, but they were hilarious. So I think Starl enjoyed some of the bugs that I got. And the last point, visuals and graphics. That's a fairly easy one. The remaster version holds up fairly well today, but it's nothing to write home about. It just serves its purposes. I'm just giving that an 8 out of 10. So, cool. Right. So, the overall score then we've got is... had a few ragdoll bugs. Yeah, ragdoll, jumping down cliffs, stuff just not loading, my carriage getting shot and leave me stranded in cinematic mode. Yeah, there's some amusing bugs in this game. Plus 9, plus 9, plus 9, plus 8. That. Divide that by 5. So, overall score is 8.4 out of 10. Which I think is fair. I think that is very fair for this game. Considering how old it is and it's a remaster, it holds up very well. Is it worth playing today? Most definitely. I thank everyone who has ever recommended me this game. It's a brilliant game. Mediocre, nothing special, 8.4. That's what the scores say. Gameplay wise, though, yeah, it's basically more Red Dead. It's a solid formula. I don't think there's anything that I would set it above and beyond, but I would set it as very high enjoyable, which that score reflects, I think. Open world bugs tend to lean on comical side for whatever reason. Yeah, especially for Rockstar games, I think that's a fair assessment. So yeah, I recommend it for 2026, definitely. Any advisements? I highly recommend playing Red Dead 2 first before playing this game, so for maximum enjoyment. I think it was a very good call from everyone telling me to do it that way. So thank you very much. It was a very enjoyable experience. It is a lot shorter as well. Stay away. Good boy. Right, so how do we do this? Well, we'll save it first. Well, you had no choice, but you started Red Dead 2 first. Well, after much pushing from you guys, yeah. But no, I really liked it. But now that I've played this game, though, it's worth going back to Red Dead 2 and exploring this region in Red Dead 2. Then I'll get that. Oh yeah, that's there. Oh, this is here. Oh yes. Oh yeah. It makes a lot more sense. Nope. 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 Stop following me, compadre. Nope. 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 No. I'm in my room. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm in my room. Nice that Jack got all of John's houses. That's one of the pros of doing it the other way. The prologue has that nostalgia. Yeah. I think I would happily sacrifice the nostalgia hit to play it the way I played it. Because otherwise the area is pretty plain if you don't have those memories. Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I basically got nothing out of that area. And was I particularly saddened by it? No. No, it was just lost travel everywhere, which I wasn't interested in. Right, so we've saved that. Game. Go to main menu. Yeah. So, before I do this, let's stop the recording.